Hi everyone! So I am redoing this video because the last one had issues with the sound. The theme or what I was what inspired the original question was that morning I had been riding the bicycle with my son to get him to school and was really feeling sluggish, feeling like it wasn't easy to ride the bike. I didn't feel the physical stamina that I usually get from riding the bicycle, from being outside, from breathing the fresh air. And then it made me feel that I was at fault, that I should be upkeeping my workouts, that it's because I'm not clearing my mind enough. Maybe I didn't set the right intention this morning. So I noticed that I was looking at the morning, how it had started, or even had I done the right thing the night before or the previous days. And I noticed as a habit of thought that if I'm not feeling at my best, I am pointing the finger at myself and trying to find, judge, or criticize the decisions and choices I made that are making this moment happen the way it is. And so I asked the guidance a bit more information about this, and how I will frame the question for a little bit more clarity today is, what should I do differently to always be in my highest vibration? And let's see what they come up with. We really love how this question is being brought to us again in these different words. And the answer we want to give to you is that your highest vibration point varies from moment to moment, from day to day, and there is no need or use in you trying to go back in time to imagine how you could have experienced life differently in order for this now moment in time to be more up leveled, to be to feel more expansive, more uplifting. The reality is every moment is different, and you're not the only actor in the now moment, meaning you are having a response to reality, but reality itself is the other player. And reality isn't just your close-knit environment. It involves planetary alignments. It involves people around you. It involves structure of your countries. It involves the rest of humanity and the rest of the living beings on the earth. It involves the earth itself. It involves many components. Now, what we want to say about this is that you are the creator of your own reality. You are creating what you are experiencing, but you are creating it not just with the intention you have for today, or the intention you have for this month, or the intention you have for this year, or the intention you have for your life, or the intention you have for the soul. You are creating your reality on many different levels at the same time, and reality is feeding back to you not just this present moment, what you have been thinking about, but everything that you're wanting to create for now and what is coming next. So looking back is not useful, looking forward is not useful, but looking in the present, saying this is the best present moment that I could have made, is the most useful way to look at it. And if you are doing the same activity, in this case riding the bicycle with your son going to school, and not feeling the same power, rejuvenation, vitality, energy, then you are putting your attention on the piece that is not as accessible in this moment to bring you to a higher state of enjoyment. But if instead of looking at the fact that it's more difficult to pedal, it feels like you're pushing against something, if you're instead putting your focus on the nature around you that is still beautiful, the waterways that are calm, the birds, the ducks that are peacefully floating around, the sky with all the different clouds, the vegetation around you, the fact that your son is there happy and racing you. It's not that you want to, you're not discrediting the experience, but in this moment, you're not getting the benefit of the vitality your body feels when it's cycling, but you can still get the peace of the surrounding scenery, the love for your child, the challenge that is there, the enjoyment that he's having. So even if you're not getting the enjoyment or response from your body, you can still get a positive response somewhere else and choose where you aim your focus and still get a benefit from the bicycle ride, even if on that day your physical body did not feel as revitalized by the experience or uplifted by the experience. And it's good to understand, which is what we tried to explain also in the previous message, is that your body has cycles, your body has seasons. Sometimes it wants to be challenged, it wants to be stretched, it wants to be trained, it wants to push, it wants to test its abilities. And sometimes your body just needs cocooning and relaxing. And in these cases, you're less inclined to go for a workout challenge or to attend the gym or to choose a harsher physical activity like deciding to climb up the top of the mountain in your area as a way to relax, because your body will not find that activity relaxing, because he is not in a phase, he or she is not in a phase where that is what uplifts. So understanding that your body as its own entity, just like the earth is its own entity, countries, everything you can think of has its own consciousness and awareness, and that has cycles like days and nights, like your seasons, and not the same thing will create the same results during the different seasons. And your body is affected by so many things that are not visible to you, that are energy currents that are going through from the elements or from the planetary alignment for the closeness to the sun, from receiving activity from the outer earth coming through to the earth, the energies, the codes, the rest of life itself has an impact incoming in you, and your body processing certain things, going through its own elevation and transformation, is sometimes in a phase where challenges and physical activity will light it up, and other times where it won't. Does it mean that you should completely stop physical activity? That's entirely up to you, and it's really a question of feeling into it, and it's saying, well, I can still find enjoyment in the bike ride even if it's not if it doesn't seem as easy, because I like bringing my child to school this way, and we have some time outside and we have some laughs, etc., etc. So it's really up to you in the moment, and that's really the part we want to stress. It's in the moment, and seeing your life as a series of in the moment decisions that are right for that moment means that you can no longer be ashamed of yourself or judgmental of yourself or pick holes at yourself to say that you are like this because you have been making a series of bad call decisions, lazy decisions, because you're starting to see your life as in the moment times. You're starting to live from the present moment. And if all your present moments are made to optimize the way you feel, sometimes the way you feel will be optimized by additional exercise, by a walk by the beach, or a walk in the woods, or time with your kids, or time with your pet, or reading a book, learning about a new subject. And sometimes it will be hanging out with friends, cooking. It's just really choosing the best present moment option, the most joyful, the one that attracts you the most, so that each present moment builds up on itself, and you have no longer the even possibility to look back and say, this moment does not feel as good as I want to because I lacked in some way or form in the previous present moments, right? So it's this present moment you are experiencing the bicycle ride. It's not feeling physically as easy, but I still get peace from it. I still get enjoyment from it. It was the right decision for me. And then stop there and not bridge that and take that into a downward spiral of saying, I don't do enough exercise, or I eat too much and my body's not in shape enough. And all of that adding to it just really sinks you lower into a place where you don't need to go. There is no need to downplay your vibration because you wished to have behaved differently. Instead, it's saying, it doesn't feel as good from a physical point of view, but I am really glad we're doing it because I enjoy the view, I enjoy this, and put your focus in the beautiful things that it brings. And then the next morning, when comes time to go for this bike ride or to go to school, to say, would it feel better for me to go on the bicycle or to take the car? Because my body feels tired, and that is more important. It feels more like it needs more care than I need, or then I can feel positivity from observing the nature. And it's really a question of feeling into it and not associating with it further circumstances or consequences, just really going for the most elevated path, the most joyful path, the most positive outcome. That is you always choosing for your highest vibration. But it's not about doing something differently. It's about feeling into it and looking for, if I chose this, how is this uplifting me? And it's just that sometimes it won't be in the way that you expect. It won't provide you with the same thing. But it will have an aspect because you will have been pulled to pick it because it still brings you something positive. And it's really starting to reframe the way you ask yourself these questions, the way you communicate with yourself and saying, I chose this, I was attracted by this option. What then is the gift of this choice? What is the gift of this choice? And in every moment the same. What is the gift of this choice? If it's not giving me that which I thought it might, what else is it giving me? And how can that choice be the one that contributes to keeping me in a positive state of well-being? And the positive state of well-being that you're able to be in varies from moment to moment. If you're going through a challenge with your child, your positive state of well-being will be different than if you're having a family outing to the water park, because the context is different and what is available will be different. And so there is no sense in expecting a flatline level of high vibration continually, because that would not make sense with the variety of experiences that you're encountering and the variety of energies that you're receiving and emanating, and the variety of intentions that you've set out for this moment, for the year, for the month, for your life. Because your life is desiring adventure, excitement, peace, love, stability. So you are going to have a variety of experiences that match all the different intentions. And in some, it will feel scary and exciting and adventurous, and in others, it will just be feeling peaceful and serene and calm and quiet. And that's the norm. That is the way life is. That is the reason why you come into a body. You come into a body to experience the variety, the contrast, if you want to call it that, or the diversity. And to expect yourself to just be always in a high, positive, joyful place would be ridiculous. So just how does this contribute to bettering my now moment? And why is this choice the one I picked? How is it bringing me something good? And just to let yourself see, and sometimes it will be very different to your expectations. I came on this path where I chose to take the car because in the afternoon it rained and I didn't expect it, and we avoided the rain. And I don't have to feel bad that we took the car or that I'm not doing the extra exercise. I just have to feel good that my intuition was so on par that I knew to take the car, and I gave my body a rest, and I enjoy the rest that I gave my body. And the fact that my son didn't have to get wet because he's already a little bit fragile or susceptible to have a cold or whatever it is. And it's really detaching the idea of negative consequences for the choices you make, and really starting to look at the choices you make as, why is this the right choice? Right. I hope this time the sound stayed on, and that what the guidance provided brought you some clarity and helped you in some way. That's it for me. Big hug.